Hello and welcome to 2024's first episode of our monthly Election Connection video series. I'm Scott Jarrett.
And I'm Ray Valenzuela, and we are your elections directors for Maricopa County. Each month throughout this year, we'll have a new episode of Election Connection, and I'm excited that this is the first one for 2024.
That's right, and where you, the viewers, can submit questions to us and then have Ray and I answer those questions.
And the question in today's episode will hopefully get you excited about the election year to come for Maricopa County. We have quite a few elections going on, and to keep us up to date, or to keep you up to date with everything going on.
And you can sign up for our newsletter at justthefacts.vote.
Okay, Scott. So first question. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, so the question is, what can we expect regarding elections in 2024?
Well, you sort of alluded to it, Ray, that we're going to have a very busy year coming up in 2024. And it's one of those rare years where we have 5 different elections. So the first elections that will be available for voters is March 12th. And that's going to be for the Tempe jurisdictional election and the Litchfield Park jurisdictional elections. And then 1 week later, we'll have the presidential preference election. And this will be an election. So that's going to be March 19th as election day. And this is an election where the Democratic voters and the Republican voters will be selecting their representative, and where the delegates will be attributed and accounted for the conventions that will be this summer for the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. So that's going to be March 19th, election day. And then and again, only Republicans and Democrats are eligible to participate in that election. And then a couple months later, on May 21st, we're going to have another jurisdictional election. It's currently the city of Goodyear has chosen to have that election. And potentially there could be a runoff election depending on what the results are from the city of Tempe jurisdictional election coming from March 12th. And then following up on the May jurisdictional election, we'll have a August primary election. So that's currently scheduled for August 6th as the August primary. And so this is the nominating election for all those partisan contests, those countywide contests. We'll have the county recorder on that. We'll have the county board of supervisors, the county sheriff on those. We'll also have the state senate on that contest, as well as also and the state representatives, as well as the U.S. Senate and the U.S. representatives on the ballot. That will all be nominated to go to then the general election ballot, which will be November 5th. And that will also then be a presidential election as well, with the president on the ballot as well. So a very, very busy year. And as part of that, we will be hiring over 3,000 temporary workers to support us through the election process. So if you are interested in getting involved, you can go to getinvolved.maricopa.vote to find out what positions are available, so you can maybe earn a little bit of extra money, but also support democracy.
And then we can't emphasize much that we can't do this without the citizens out there to form these bipartisan boards. So definitely, again, a major plug for that, getinvolved.maricopa.vote.
And then the next piece, this question is going to be very important for voters to know. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about how people can make sure that they're Be Ballot Ready?
Yeah, again, in front of these 5 elections, and normally they're the 4, March, May, August, November. This March presidential preference is a unique one, only when we have presidential election in November. But the Be Ballot Ready has been modified. So folks hear us branding that. The Be Ballot Ready has always been and still is a personalized voter dashboard. Basically, as a voter, you go in, you log in using some credential information and to get to your account securely. And then now the difference is still personalized dashboard, but I liken it to a bank account website, just because they can reference it, that once you log in, it gives you everything that's yours and yours only, but it keeps you logged in under your name. Before, you logged in, if you went out and went to go see who your elected officials are, for example, now you have to come back and go. Now it's going to treat you as you're in a secure session. So that's the biggest change to Be Ballot Ready. on top of it being personalized, you now have everything in front of you. Some of the similar things that you had in the past, for example, your registration status. Are you currently registered? Go check that. But more importantly, especially with the presidential preference that's only open to reps to nominate the Republican presidential candidate to run in November, or the Dems to do the same, that you'll be able to see what is your political party affiliation. Again, a lot of folks may have registered and forgot to list a political party, so they're listed as party not designated or other. So again, go to Be Ballot Ready, see that specialized personal dashboard, but check your political party status. You'll also be able to see your ABLE status, active early voting list status. So are you going to be getting a ballot automatically if you're a rep and dem on ABLE? Yes, but what if you think you are, go make sure you are on that. You'll see other things, very value add. And again, this is similar to what we had before. It was a static page that you're logged into. You see your resident address, you see your mailing address. That's very important. One of our key things when we send these ballots out, person calls and says, I hadn't gotten it. I said, we go back and look, says, yes, it went to your P.O. box something. Oh, shoot, I canceled that a year ago, because elections are sometimes every 2 years, the main one. So go look at that mailing address, because if you're unable, that's where it's going to. And newly added is you can, because you are securely logged in, we've validated you are who you are, you can add a temporary away address just for this election, as an example, because you're going to be out of town, you're on mission, whatever it may be. That's a new ad. And I'll run through a couple other litanies of things because it's so important, especially ahead of this election. Is there's links there to update your address, to update your party affiliation. If again you were an independent and you thought you were a rep or dem or vice versa, you can use that link. Or maybe you're not unable, you can actually use the link that'll direct you how to establish yourself to get those ballots automatically sent at 27 days ahead of any given election that you're eligible for. Um, other
And
other
Ray,
things that
one of
digital,
my favorite things too is you can actually see a copy of your ballot that's you're going to be eligible to vote in an upcoming election. So a very valuable feature. And then you can, as part of Be Ballot Ready, you can be ready to complete that ballot if you go to any of our voting locations as well. So a very valuable resource to be able to see that ballot.
and for the president's preference, obviously, is candidate. But when we get to the primary, as Scott was talking, you're going to have legislators, Senate, all these different general ballot measures. You want to be educated. That'll give you a sample of your ballot. You can get your digital voter ID card. So if you're not unable, but you want to go vote in person, you need two forms of ID. One of them would be a voter ID card on top, or a driver's license as a standalone by itself. So again, a lot of great features, including early ballot status. If you aren't getting those alerts, we're trying to get as many people on there that are unable, at the very least. You can track your ballot, and a lot of people aren't aware, especially the 80% of our voters, 1.9 million unable. We only have about 400,000 or 500,000 of you that are on status. Go sign up for that. Look at the Be Ballot Ready page. Sign up for that, so you know when we mail your ballot. You'll get a text or email. You choose, or both. You'll get a notice when the ballot it's being prepared, when it's mailed, when we receive it back, most importantly, when it's undergoing signature verification, and that it's been verified and approved to count it. Or conversely, if we have a question on your signature or it's missing, you'll see that there too. So that's one of the biggest plugs for the 1.9 million able voters. Go and sign up, get that status, and know where your ballot is throughout the process.
Well, I think that's a wrap for today's election connection series. We're wishing you a very prosperous 2024 and looking forward to 13 more of these election connection video series. So thank you for tuning in.
And don't forget to submit your questions to Just the Facts newsletter next month, where we'll answer more election questions that matter most to you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.